Welcome back to the Story of Liberty. This is your host, John Bona. Napoleon Bonaparte, you've heard of him. He was the French military and political leader during the later stages of the French Revolution. One could say that the French Revolution produced Napoleon Bonaparte. An emperor for about 10 years, his legal reform, known as the Napoleonic Code, had been a major influence on many civil law jurisdictions worldwide. But of course, he is best remembered for his role in the wars led against France by a series of coalitions called the Napoleonic Wars. Napoleon, like many other leaders and commanders, finally met his match with the British at Trafalgar when he had tremendous victories in the past, but he was defeated. He bounced back and he had more victories, but in 1812 he made a major mistake and he invaded Russia with over 500,000 men, and nearly 400,000 of them died and froze in the brutal Russian winter, never to return home. He was defeated and exiled to Elba, but Napoleon escaped Elba in 1815, and he returned to a hero's welcome in Paris, where he led France for the famous 100 Days in an attempt to regain his lust for former power. You may have known one of the most decisive battles in history. Napoleon was defeated at Waterloo by the British Duke of Wellington in 1815. He was captured and banished to the island of St. Helena off the west coast of Africa, where many say he became a Christian in that isolation. Here's some of the things that he said with General Bertrand on the island of St. Helena. He wrote, "The gospel possesses a secret virtue, a mysterious efficacy, a warmth which penetrates and soothes the heart. One finds in meditating upon it that one experiences in contemplating the heavens. The gospel is not a book, it is a living being with an action, a power, which invades everything that opposes its extension. Everything in Christ astonishes me. His spirit overawes me, and his will confounds me. Between him and whoever else in the world, there is no possible term of comparison. He is truly a being by himself." He went on to say that truth should embrace the universe. Such is Christianity, the only religion which destroys sectional prejudices. Christ proved that he was the Son of the eternal God by his disregard of time. All of his doctrines signify one only and the same thing, eternity. What a proof of the divinity of Christ. He went on to say that the Bible is no mere book, but a living creature without a power that conquers all that opposes it. He said this, "I know men, and I tell you that Jesus Christ is not a man. Superficial minds may see a resemblance between Christ and the founders of empires. There is between Christianity and whatever other religions the distance of infinity." He went on to say, "Alexander, Caesar, Charlemagne, and myself founded empires. But upon what foundation did we rest the creations of our genius? Upon force. But Jesus Christ founded his upon love. And at this hour, millions of men would die for him." Emperor Napoleon Bonaparte may have found his peace with God.
Napoleon needed money for his several military campaigns. And he gave up the idea of colonizing in America. So in 1803, he sold what was known as the Louisiana Territory to the United States for the sum of $15 million. That was a lot of money back then. But with this single transaction, over 1 million square miles of land at about 2.5 cents an acre is the way it worked out, more than doubled the size of the United States of America, arguably the largest real estate transaction in history.